Show Fred.
Okay, here I am. Probably doesn't look a lot different since the last time we were online. I've done a little bit, mostly cleanup.
Show him your under your look at the grooves he put in. They're really nice. Better than last time, right?
Yes, definitely better than last time. I'm
Because
still
I
not
they were better than the
happy
ones
with
I
them,
put
but
in.
so, and I'm going to use super glue on the beak. I tested it. I made a test beak and put it on, and it looks okay. It looks good.
Did it yellow like
So,
Dad said?
a little bit, a little bit. And then I saw some samples online where they said use the super glue, and it when I'd seen them, I thought, well, that looks natural. It's just not quite as yellow as you may see in some pictures, yellow orange.
Yeah, I
But
want mine more yellow orange, I think. But still, it's a good idea for strengthening it, right?
yeah,
Well, I'm going to go back to my reference picture again because I'm still struggling with my undercutting my beak. But I think I got the brow pretty much done and my, I forget what that's called again, Cirrus. My eyes probably need some more work, the gouges. Did you give me, Barry? I don't think you gave me the eyes. You said you found some and stuff I had given you from Dad's stuff.
I did give you eyes.
You did.
I gave you eyes a few weeks ago. Yeah,
Crap. Was that
I've
at
got
the one
more,
that
but
must have been at the Wednesday night, right?
it it
Oh,
was
they're
Wednesday
there.
nights.
They're at the bottom of this bag. Do you remember what they looked like, what they were in? Oh, I didn't show Fred this.
They were in a little plastic bag. They were a little bag about this size, a little Ziploc.
Okay, yeah, well, that's the issue, Barry. But I'm getting there. Fred, Russ does 3D printing, and he made this. I don't know if it'll come across right, but mine's supposed to be purple and blue, but it twists in and out. It's just a cool gadget.
Yeah, that's neat.
So that was in the bottom of my bag. Let's see what other treasures I may have in here. Fred, what are you, did you do anything in between the last time we talked?
I worked on rounding the head.
Oh, wow,
sanding
that's
the head and the handle, but I've got to work on the beak and the front part. So
yeah, I haven't done my, looks like I haven't done the nostrils on mine. Need a retool or something to get in there. What else do we have in here? Little baggie, huh? There's my thumb guard. Oh my goodness. The little baggie with two little eyes.
Yeah, there you go. Good.
There it
I'm glad
is.
you found it.
Well, when you said it was something you gave me on Wednesday night, I figured I had to put it in the bag. And a pencil. Who's raising first? Oh, dear. So what's your plan for today, Barry?
Um, I was gonna try and take a Scotch Brite pad to finish up on the little furry problems and then clean it off really good, spray it down, get ready to paint.
Because you've already burned, so he's ready to paint. All right. What about you, Fred? What's your plan? You gonna sand the other one, or are you gonna work on the one that's already sanded?
Well, I've got them both sanded to like 80 grit on the handle and around the top of the head and around the front here, but I'd like to work on the beak and the cirrus and around the eyes,
That's what I'm doing too.
getting more smooth and hopefully looking like it's starting to look more like an eagle anyway, so that's good, I guess. Well, Barry, we're taking your suggestion. We're taking off for Branson on Sunday.
All right.
So
How long will you be gone, Fred?
probably be back next Monday, so I'll probably miss next week.
Oh, okay.
And head down to Hot Springs National Park and
Mhm.
Cool.
see what else is down there.
Yeah.
And want to go to that Peter Engler wood carving
Right.
place. I guess you can think about it, and if there's anything you want from there, you can let me know. If you know what you'd want or whatever, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I could pick it up for you and mail it to you. So yeah, that would be all right. Gonna say it's not like I see you all the time or anything. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Because you won't come visit me. Well, I guess I haven't been to visit you either. So,
No.
well, look at their wood supply because they've got a lot.
Okay. Yeah, to be truthful, I think I've got I've got more than enough wood that I'll die with it. To tell you the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here. Yeah.
That's
That's
how
for
I
sure.
feel. Unless I get super busy with it, which, one day I may retire, or who knows.
The guy that we carved with on Wednesday, he's got a buddy that is a lumberman, and he's always bringing him large pieces of basswood. And this guy that he brings it to, our friend that we carved at his house, he's the retired cabinet maker, so he's got all the planers and saws and everything. So
Cool.
he cuts it up and refines it and puts it through the planer and gets it ready to carve. And he's got a big garage, so I guess the top of his garage is just full of wood, and he always shares it with us. If he's got 6 pieces, we'll each get a piece. Like, well, we'll cut it up, and you might get 4 or 5 nice pieces or something.
That's the way to do it.
And then at our last wood carving show, the guy that's been our wood guy forever, I want to say he's late 70s or close to 80, and he's getting where he wants to retire. And last year, around March or so, when it was, he brought all his wood and whatever he didn't sell. Since we were members of the club, we could take what we wanted. So wow. I got a lot of live edge pieces for wood burning or relief or anything like that. So, like I said, I'll probably never use all of it, to tell you the truth. And then for some reason, when I go to a wood carving show or an event, I don't buy wood, but I'll buy a rough out. More rough outs had some seconds, they called it, of animals. and they were only $5 a piece. And
It's hard
I
to walk
really
by.
I didn't really see anything wrong with them, and they usually come with a colored picture, and so for $5 you can't go wrong, I guess.
No.
You know, not when they're normally $20-$25 or something.
Yeah.
So. Then I don't know if I showed you, this was a class from about a year ago on chip carving a plate.
Wow, that is
And
cool.
I finally finished that. Didn't get to
Fred,
finish it at a class, but
that's really impressive.
Yeah, I like it.
turned out pretty good. So
Sure did.
so Barry, how was the carving show in Saginaw?
Sorry about that. Pushed the button the wrong way. The carving show was really good. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't as big as I thought it would be. But it was probably about the same size as the Metro show. And
Oh, it must have gotten bigger then, because last time I went, it was pretty small.
Actually, we
Yeah.
need to qualify that, Barry, because the last Metro show that I went to, which was this past year, recently, was much smaller than the first one I went to.
right, and that's what I was comparing to last year's Metro show.
So Fred is probably comparing it to days gone by. Before COVID, it was
Right.
Yeah, it was huge before when I was there.
Yeah, like 200 tables, much bigger facility. But this last time, Fred, it was much more quaint. It was more like, what do you think, Barry? Maybe 50 tables?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
much
about right.
smaller. It's about a fourth the size it was the last time you went, Fred.
Right. So this show, it was interesting that there was a lot of clubs there that were represented, and they would have 3 or 4 representatives at a table,
Wow.
and displaying a lot of information about their club and a lot of their carvings that they did.
Oh,
And
wow.
And so it was kind of neat to see these different clubs and to know that what clubs they were. And a lot of these clubs had eagle head handles to display. They were all doing this stuff. And Denny was there. And as I told you last night, I talked to him for quite a while. First time I've ever seen him smile. He was in a good mood for some reason. And he was still displaying all the eagle stuff, all of the Patriot cane stuff. He had his cane display and the head displays. And
So the program might continue after all, huh?
yeah, if we're lucky. And then there were different vendors there, and which was pretty cool. It was nice to see some different people. Same ones, the glove guy was there, the carving glove guy, but there was a couple other ones who had these massive tables with things to sell. A lot of different knives. I
Uh-oh.
did buy, I bought a micro gouge instead of a knife this time. And my wife bought two different blades. So
She
she
just
outdid me
told us
this
about,
time.
she said she just did the the wood burning tips. She didn't tell me about the
Oh,
blades.
maybe I am thinking about the tips. I don't know why I thought she bought a couple of blades, but you're right, it was a couple of tips.
I was
And
gonna
I
say
bought,
I was gonna say, when you say blades, was it just the metal knife, and then you were gonna make your own handle or something to put it in?
no, they did have that. And, but just blades being knives, is what I was thinking. Full knives.
Once again, I find myself needing that tool that I have loaned to Ross. Let's see, maybe I can get in here with my 5. Decided my neck was too thick right here. Further
Did we put out
analysis.
that thing for the mailman?
Mm-mm. Where is it? Was on the. On this, I thought. There it is.
Under the chin.
Get anything from the carving glove guy?
Not this time. We talked to him for a while and looked at, he had a lot of Drake tools, more than usual this time. He had some OCCs, he had,
Yeah, I guess he started carrying Dunkel and
yeah, right.
another one too, Silverin knives.
Yeah. Those two, I couldn't remember the names because I don't usually see them. So, yep, Dunkel particularly. So he always has a lot to offer. He's finding interesting blades, different shapes, and some of them are bigger. So he makes these leather sheaths now. Here, I'll show you one. This is a sheath that he made for my 1.5 inch. And I've got different sizes I have 3 of them. And he's making bigger ones now for bigger knives. And I didn't know they'd need a bigger one than my 1.5 inch here, but he's right. I saw the knives and they wouldn't fit in his regular ones. So
Yeah, we got a guy here in Wisconsin, and he takes 2 pieces of wood, and I don't know, he must glue them together or something, but before he glues them, he sticks a magnet in there. And then you
Really?
get a hole to slip the blade in. So when you
Yeah.
slip the blade in, the magnet holds it on so it won't slip off.
That is a
Right.
wonderful idea.
I love that idea.
And
Yep.
He's got different lengths and the height of blades, and I think they're all, it doesn't matter what size, they're all like $5 a piece.
Oh my,
And-
that's cool.
And they're like, oh, I don't know what you call it, but like those fancy cutting boards that have different kinds of wood in them and light and dark.
Yeah.
They're kind of like that, where you get 2 different colors of wood or more on this blade cover. And for
That's cool.
$5, it's just something that, you could make yourself maybe, but it would take so long or something.
Yeah, right.
any more $5 is nothing. So,
Yeah, that's right.
well, it's something,
That's
but
a good deal.
it's worth just getting it from him instead of, unless you like to do that kind of stuff. So if I go to the Peter Engler website, I don't know if they have special hours and if they're closed on a day of the week or something, that'll probably tell me, I suppose.
Yeah, it would tell you. There is, last time I was there, they were doing this because of COVID, employee issues. They used to have somebody who was quite knowledgeable about the stuff who worked in the carving store all the time. And she retired a couple of years ago. And well, when COVID hit, shortly thereafter, she retired. And they were having trouble getting people. So they've always had people working up in the store itself, in the English store. And if you go there, if you find the door locked and go there, they will come back and let you in and sell you whatever you want. So, but as far as I know, they have normal hours, Monday to Saturday. Might be shorter hours on Saturday.
Yeah.
And
I'll have to check it out to make sure I don't miss it, I guess.
yeah.
This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about those blade covers.
Yeah. I really
you-
like those.
And you slip your blade in there, the magnet holds it on.
So great.
What grit did you sand to, Barry, if you don't mind me asking?
200.
200?
Yeah. For the most part, I went 150, then to 200. I think I did take an 80 to a couple of small places, but I don't like to use the 80 if I can avoid it. Of course, Gary always said that 80 grit is your friend.
Well, you can actually carve with it. That's what he means. So the
Yeah.
parts that you can't get with your knife, you can actually just use 80 grit,
Yep.
remove enough wood with that you could call it carving.
I wonder if
I'm
you
with you.
actually have to get these eye wells that good because you're gonna put the eye in there and then you're gonna fill that with putty, or the wood putty or whatever around it.
Yeah. I don't worry too much about it. Mine are still rough in there. You know, I put some sandpaper in there with 150 a little bit and just to clean them up a little, but I didn't go to 200 in there and I didn't clean them up very much. Because you're right, the eyeballs are, for the most part, cover it. Did you guys remember those, the pictures in those instructions I sent you from the Michigan Woodcarvers Association for this eagle handle? They had pictures of the guy working on his eagle head.
Yeah, I've got it here.
Yeah,
The packet you sent me, I mean.
turns out he rounded off the back and didn't do the handle. Took the handle off. And that was on display. Denny had it on display there, so I got to see it in person. It was really awesome.
He didn't do the handle.
No, he just did an eagle head.
Well,
And he
how
put
you
it-
could have,
He cut it off and rounded it off here.
yeah.
And and it still had this in it. And so he mounted it on a post and
But-
to
okay.
display it. It's pretty cool. I don't know why he didn't do the handle.
Yeah, because the whole point is to make it a cane, right? But I guess
Yep.
he liked his eagle head so much, he said he didn't want it to be a cane, he wanted to
Right.
play it.
It seems
I
like that's how
understand that.
some of those walking sticks are at
Yeah,
skate parks or something that you can buy that are probably machine made or something that
right.
are elephants or giraffes or whatever. They're just
Right.
the head itself mounted over the cane staff.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. There are canes that are not, they don't have handles, they just tear a knob that you hold on to. I guess you could hold on to the beak. That would work.
Yeah.
For an older veteran, though, it's probably good to have the handle there.
I agree. Someone who's actually leaning on it.
Well, I can attest to that. I prefer the handle on my canes.
Oh. Diggy, set timer.
For how long?
8.5 minutes.
8 minutes and 30 seconds, starting now.
I've done like virtually nothing here, but I'm thinking about these swirls I want.
Barry, when you would burn those feathers, it looks like you didn't put too much detail on it, or you know how
Not
you
up
burn each,
above.
how you
Yeah.
burn each rib or whatever. Sometimes,
Yep.
starting
Yeah.
from the middle.
Right. We do little here and it gets a little bigger as we go back. And then as it gets further back, I'll start carving at that point. You know, like,
Oh, you're
Right
not
or-
done. You're not done with that then. Okay.
no, I'm done where I'm at. I was just saying my process.
Oh.
I'm not going back up there and doing that. What I am gonna do, I just remembered, I forgot to say that at the beginning, is there was instruction somewhere where they said to stipple. And it gives some texture to these feathers up here. So I thought I might try that a little stippling,
Mm-hmm.
see how it
Yeah.
looks.
I saw one of our old samples that had that, and
Did you?
yeah, I didn't care for it, but
Really? Okay.
well, to me, it's just me
Yeah.
though. I don't care for stippling. I didn't like it on the Santa Claus one for snow. It gives it
Yeah.
texture, but to me, it clutters it too much. I don't,
Okay.
it's too distracting. I mean, you got the
Well, that's
feathers
good to
going
know.
on, right? You should,
Right.
before you do it on your piece, try it on a sample after you've wood burned and see what you think of the overall effect, because I think it's just too cluttered looking to me.
Okay.
When
Yeah.
you say stippling, you mean like with the attachment that ends in a round bead or something, and then just pressing it here and there. Or whatever?
Yeah, you can do it that way, or they said you can take a nail that you round off and just tap little holes in with the nail, or you can use those punches that are like for punching in finishing nails, and you can get a size with a rounder head rather than the really pointed ones, and do it with those also. By the way, I am in my new workshop.
Give us a tour. You got the phone or your laptop?
This is my tablet.
Oh,
So right now, this is my workstation.
your window and your desk is right there.
Yep. I don't have all my carving stuff in here yet. We just finished building these shelves yesterday.
Okay.
They extend all the way to our work tables. That's Evie's workstation there.
Over there. Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys
And then-
kind of share the joint part
Yeah,
where it comes
Yeah.
together. You kind of just share that.
correct. Yeah.
That's
And we still
great.
have some cleanup to do on some things. There's a workstation we have right there for building stuff on. We've
Awesome.
used it quite
Is
a
this
bit.
where are all the machines you got? Didn't you get
Some of them are
oh,
there.
there they are. Yep.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's
Yeah.
some back there on the wall that we haven't brought out yet. We have to move some of this stuff here out of there before we make space for those other ones. There's a spindle sander back there and a planer, and then there's a jointer.
Mm.
So I should just turn the picture around because, of course, switch camera. There, that's got it. Sorry. There's my window and my workstation.
Mm-hmm.
There's the shelves we made yesterday that
Mm-hmm.
I already
Yeah.
loaded the top. There's Evie's workstation. Of course, hers is clean, as always. There's the scroll saw and the planer, the bandsaw. So
That's awesome.
around the desk here, on both sides of the window and between the window and those shelves, we're putting up a wall of French cleats. And so we'll hang stuff on those French cleats so that
Mm-hmm.
we're not using pegboard.
I see.
Hate pegboard. I've used it and I don't like it. So
Yeah.
it's always a problem.
It does. It'll break off and yeah.
Always. Yeah. So hopefully this idea will work. We're gonna, like build little holders with cleats on the back to hold different tools and stuff. So that's where I'm at so far.
Wow.
Are you
Well,
gonna have to,
congratulations.
Thank you. What's
Gonna
that,
have
Fred?
to eventually make room for a car for the winter or something, or do you have a separate garage for that?
Yeah, I don't get mine in. She gets hers in. It'll be on that side over there.
That was the
In front
agreement
of the-
going in, yeah.
Yep, yep. As we get the workshop side cleaned up, then a lot of stuff will be coming out of that side of the garage, and she'll be able to pull her car in and laugh at me when I have to scrape ice off of my truck.
But to be fair, she's got to go to work, so.
Yes, she
And
does. Yep.
whereas you'll have time, presumably you'll have time to prepare for that and won't have to leave till later in the day, most of your appointments and
Right.
stuff.
Right.
So that makes sense.
I keep asking her when she goes out here to get ready to go before she backs her car out to go scrape mine off, but she won't do that.
She said that's why I paid for a garage, right?
Yep.
That was something I was willing to invest in, she said.
So we'll have a garage grand opening and have you come, Fred.
Okay. So Michelle, did your daughter end up coming home for the holiday or?
No, my son came over. I went crazy, Fred. I made macaroni salad, big old batch macaroni salad, big old batch of, I just wanted it. Potato salad, corn on the cob, and hot dogs done the style of my grandmother's, which was in beer and then grilled on the grill. Yeah.
That's cool.
Ziggy, stop. Sorry, guys. We have to end this, and I'll see you back here at 5 minutes to your hour, please.
Okay.
Okay.
That's 15 minutes, I believe. Yeah. All
See you
right. See you
then.
in a minute.